And then accused of him having, like, no style or some shit like that. I don't know. For a sequel, I was very pleased with that. Because the first one was good, and I didn't think they'd be able to do much with it, but they did.
I think back then that's when they started going, oh, you know what? This movie and this movie, we need to make some more sequels on these, just because not one, it's not a bad idea. It's a good concept and shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's also, you know, we can make more. We can make a little bit more money off of this too, you know?
Yeah. Well, see, this thing is, if you make a sequel of a movie solely to make money because the first one has a namesake, those almost always suck. But when you see that there's more that can be done, or where there's parts of the stories, like when you see people writing fanfics of shit you didn't cover, that's when it's a good time to make a sequel, because you can actually do more. See, like Star Trek has a bunch of sequels, right?
Right.
But they build and they build and they build, so it never feels like you're getting some redundant cash cow. Even when they revamp things like they did with the new Star Trek releases of the original Kirk being redone, they did an amazing job with it. It wasn't just for money, it was them trying to hammer out better the storyline thematically, you know. I'm very pleased with those. Kind of like how they did some good Batman movies after they made a bunch of Batman movies that were just to make money off of the Batman name.
Yeah, I think I know which ones you're talking about. Like, they made a lot, and they made some series that were actually like...
So from like 95 to like 2005, they made like 12 Batman movies that were not what I
would you include the one with fucking George Clooney, right, as Batman?
Yeah, like, we're talking Batman suit with nipples era Batman.
Yes, that's stupid shit. Oh, God.
Don't get me wrong. I fucking loved them when I was a kid, and I love them now for what they are, but not because they're a Batman thing.
No.
That was the thing. As a kid, I saw them as a Batman movie and didn't realize how far from Batman's actual storyline they were really going.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's the thing, is like when they revamped Batman, I was very pleased to see how good of a job they did. And with Heath Ledger's performance in the first one, that's what really sold me. And then, despite the bitching that people have done, I loved Bane. I don't think he was the perfect Bane, but I loved the Bane that they provided. Like, I like that Bane even better than the original Bane that I liked, that I was very mad about those nipple Batman movies. Because they did a Bane that it said everything.
I thought it was some scrawny kid that became super soldier and shit, right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, the dude's a fucking genius. That's like half of Bane's character was lopped off to make this giant, glowing, muscly dude. Now, don't get me wrong. They did an excellent job in that movie of representing Bane. They did a much better job of representing Bane physically, character-wise, in that movie than they did in the new one. The new one, he's not really Bane. He doesn't have the slime juicing him up. He's just bad, right? And so that's the thing, is like, they did Bane wrong, but I loved the performance. Like, if they had made him a new character instead of calling him Bane, he'd probably be my favorite bad guy, except for Joker, because he's always got my chip.
Well, everyone's like Joker.
Well, see, I like Joker because he beat Superman in this crossover that they had when they traded Brainiac and Joker for Superman and Batman. It was a really good crossover where the good guys almost lost. And, like, just watching Joker fight Superman was unreal. Because, like, you're used to seeing him fight Batman. that there's like a rhythm with them. But with Superman, it was completely unbalanced because Superman had never really fought insanity.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Bizarro. Bizarro would be the closest he'd come to fighting crazy, but that's crazy superpowered hero, and he was dumb, whereas Joker's not dumb. But yeah. Or like you were saying with the Independence Day thing, like,
Yeah.
that sounds more like they were doing a cash grab on the name.
It was.
Rather than trying to further the story.
Yeah, they even switched out. Remember how Will Smith's wife in that movie? All right, that person, she was I think she was a hooker or something. Made her like secretary of the White House or some shit.
She was a stripper.
Yeah, she was a stripper.
Couldn't
whatever.
show much.
A sex worker. Hey, they switched her out for something more professional, more high end. They just put her in the White House. It's like, okay.
Well, also
fine.
the thing is, in the rebuilt America, that's actually very possible. I mean, you got to think
absolutely.
they've lost probably at least half the population of the Earth and most of the important people. So anybody involved with saving the planet probably got an official political job.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just logically, that would make sense. Now, if they made it to where she never was a stripper, that would piss me off because they're ruining continuity. However, if they made her evolve, they showed her that she wasn't a dumb woman. It was an easy way to make money in a world that is not favoring black people. I mean, realistically, when you go to a
thing, Rusty.
the only white chick you see there.
It was a fucking the fly, fucking dragonfly. It's behind you. Just went right past it.
Over here?
Yeah, up that hill on the left. That's the right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to do this pink race thing over here. But
Yeah, then you failed, and there was that, so.
Yeah, I failed because fucking when I tried to jump, I didn't actually jump, even though I pressed the button to, and I just kind of slid off the edge, and it's just like, nope, no purple for you.
Oh, sweet.
No, I actually think that, see, like right now I'm trying to line out the highways, right? And get them all strung up with power lines so that the hover pack works. But then I kind of want to get like a group session together at some point and have a couple people helping me, because for the most part it's just going to be following a pattern. And it's just that, like, I mean, we are literally talking about miles of highways that need to be placed. And I found out a long time ago, it definitely goes a lot faster with even just one person helping. But I think that would be really cool to do, because, you know, it'd be a fun one to have. Like a pizza party where we just build. Of course, it's probably not going to happen until I have my internet up, but the better internet.
Yeah, that's one of the first things you absolutely need.
Well, see, the thing is, I mean, if you're on at fucking 3 in the morning, my internet works fine then.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that a lot of times when I finally sit down in the computer after I get done working outside at night, you're not on, so. I don't know. Sounds like you might be on a daytime schedule right now, so.
Yeah, maybe.
More or less. Really, just, this is the worst time of day to try and do internet shit, I've noticed. And it'll also be interesting to see if I move the vehicle, if my service gets better. You know, just because, like, placement angles and stuff. If it's having to, like, because I don't know where the tower is exactly, I can't figure out how many layers of obstruction the antenna has. And so it's one of those things, like, if it's in a straight line, it's just shooting through a millimeter thick piece of aluminum, it's not going to cause it too much trouble. But but if you put it at a 45-degree angle, that 1 millimeter of aluminum gets a lot thicker. You know, that becomes like 3 millimeters of aluminum. But then it could also be like just a slight turn makes it so that instead of going through half the fucking truck, it's going straight through the wall, and then it's going to work better. So, like, it'll be interesting. And see, I'll also be a little pissed off too, because my truck was supposed to be moved like 7 months ago to the location I'm about to move it to. But then I built his little hutch there so that he could finish the digging, and he didn't do that.
Right, so you still have digging.
And I mean, it's not the end of the world, because I'm sure I'll end up with something better in the long run. It's just really annoying because I'm a year behind on sorting, organization, and building because he didn't want to dig like a 10 by 10 plot. And it's one of those things too, like, it is my fault for not noticing what was causing the problem sooner, because maybe I could have said something or done something to have gotten it to work out the way I wanted it to back then. But, you know, I'm one of those people, like, somebody gives me a project, I get on that shit and get it done.
Right. And you just met someone that doesn't
have
that mindset. That's the thing.
Well, and that's like I was telling you right when he finally left, was I have had a human being teach me what the meaning of incompetent is.
Right.
Up till now, I thought incompetence was when I fall short of a mark. But I didn't realize that I am a very competent person. So that's just a failure, you know. It happens. But, you know, when it's like literally a person who is incapable, whether they are being supervised or not, of doing something right, that's insane. Like, I did not know that was a thing. Apparently, that's very much a thing that's fairly normal, and I'm starting to realize it, because now that I know what it looks like, I'm looking back on my life and I'm like, holy crap, I've been surrounded by incompetent people holding me down forever. And it's my fault for not getting rid of the problem sooner. But, meh. I played a lot of video games, so I can't really bitch too much.
Yep.
Like, that's the thing, is when you've decided that your life's ambition is to play as many games and smoke a lot of weed, even when shit doesn't go according to plan, as long as you're playing games and smoking weed, you're on mark, technically.
Yes, you are.
That's the thing, is it's like I did really good by building myself a box that guarantees me the ability to play video games for at least 1/3 of the day, every day of my life. That's not too bad. Oh. Well, and the other nice thing too is the amount of work that has been done so far. I can really attack the property once I get all the vehicles moved into one little cluster. Because right now, my vehicles are spread out all over the place. So, like, every 20 feet or so, you're running across a car that's keeping you from being able to do something. Between the bus, the moving truck, and my van, I guarantee I can tow everything I need anywhere I want to put it. Because, hey, one thing a school bus has is towing power.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it's one of those old international bluebirds or whatever. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the school buses from the fucking 70s and shit. That thing's a tank. Although I did take one look at those tires as I was moving it, and I'm like, oh god, I am not going to want to replace those. They're going to be like $600 a fucking tire.
Really, game? You let me get up the last fucking time. Well, I'm doing a time trial, and the game was just like, no, you can't fucking get up there because you're doing a time trial. Last time we let
any
you.
other time it'd be fine, but we changed the jump height for just the time trial.
Yeah, I've been experiencing that shit in Far Cry, so I've been running around doing Clutch Nixon bullshit, right? They want you to do this shit in a wingsuit that you have zero fucking control over half the time, and it's just like, what is this asinine shit?
It's what they're calling a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Oh boy, no, I'm sorry. These turns are nearly nigh impossible most of the time, like, seriously.
Well, no, that's the thing is, it's a challenge that shows a lack of creativity on the designer side. Because
because they give you a wingsuit and they say fly through the hoops like it's Superman Commodore 64 bullshit.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, they
Thank you for saving those moles. That's awfully good of you. Here's a power cell to help you out.
They make it a challenge sheerly by adding a mechanic that's difficult to use and then making it require a high level of precision with that less than functional device.
Yes,
I usually see stuff like that as a sign of poor game design. And you usually see it in the really big name games. Because
Far Cry 5. There you go.
The cheap stuff, those usually come from the hands of a designer that's trying to challenge you with actual challenges. You know, something that took time.
You're gonna want to watch that one too, Rusty. That was also in the barrel.
What? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I had to stop and think for a second, like, wait, what?
Oh, yeah. No, you can't go that way. You're not allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have 120 orbs and 7 scout flies for this, and I have 20 out of 50 for that.
Okay.
Back in a minute.
Alright. I'm gonna get some more ice for my drink real quick.
Yep. So how's it going, everybody that's watching the stream? Out of 50. I'm missing 20, but I don't know where I'm missing 20 from. I wonder where I'm missing 20 from. Oh, it must be over there. At least I got the scout fly one. Yeah, there we go.
Rocks have feelings too.
So I got one more area that I can do, and it's the area over here.
I is the back.
Welcome is the back.
Back is welcome.
So I found where the last 20 were.
Oh yeah?
Yep, they were in the.
That's good.
They were in the electrified thing. I just barely made it with the one electrified thing that they had there.
Oh wow.
I am now underwater.
This precursor city's pretty cool.
It is.
I guess you don't want to touch the water then.
Not when it's green, nope.
What happens if you go under it while it's green?
You still get zapped.
Lame. That's a clock.
Yep.
Oh, you gotta get the blue thing.
There we go.
Very nice. What is that thing? Oh.
Reggie, you should make it not be the hot.
Oh, well. Alright, I'll just turn on my air conditioning then. Ah, so much better. Enjoying a glass of pink lemonade with ice.
I have a glass of
Yes.
caffeinated blood orange carbonation water with ice.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, things with ice are good.
Yeah. Well, see, like here, you probably do too, Reggie. Albertsons, Safeway. I don't know. I'm assuming
I don't think I've been doing Albertsons, but yes, Safeway.
you got Safeway. Okay.
Yeah.
So in their water soda area, you should find a brand called Soleil.
Right.
They make a bunch of like fruit flavored carbonated waters. Well, if you're careful, most of them have a caffeinated version. So you can get caffeine, carbonated water, and flavor with zero sugar or sweeteners at all. It's just water with caffeine. And they're like, that's what I buy instead of soda almost all the time. I got the Moxie because it's the first time I've seen it in the store, and I want to make sure they know it was a good choice to add. But yeah, normally I don't really buy soda. I just buy that stuff if I'm going to. But it's reasonably priced. It's really satisfying.
You know what's so interesting about your Crystal Pepsi thing? A lot of people fucking don't even know that you can do what your friend told you.
Yeah.
And so what winds up happening is they'll buy like a 40-year-old bottle and drink it. It's really dumb. Some people literally go, I gotta get the bottle from the 80s into my mouth.
Actually, it's mid-90s, so it's a 30-year-old bottle.
Yeah, they get like 30-year-old bottles.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I wasn't far off.
You said
Don't care.
bottle, and I went, wait, no. That means it would have been out when I was a little bitty baby. And it wasn't. It came out when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So, like, when you were a little bitty baby, or weren't yet alive.
The game would not let me jump up.
I can't remember how old you are, so I know you're younger than me by enough that it doesn't really matter.
It never matters.
No, it's like, dude, if you play games with me, that's your age. You game my game.
Yeah.
You're 13, you're 60, cool. We got a team. That, you know, you always gotta love that when you got like a 14-year-old, a Vietnam War veteran, a dude who works in concrete, and a guy who's going to college, and you're on a team hosing the fuck out of people.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love that.
What are those platforms?
The platform
Think,
move.
Mike, think.
Well, that would
I wonder
appear
how
to be
long it's
it.
gonna be to watch that show again.
So there's nothing down here, that's good to know.
Oh, yay. Big room.
Yeah, big room full of shitty things.
Oh. Very interesting.
Really? It puffed up as soon as it got to me. Not enough room to do the roll jump.